Info on Alpha 22 is slowly starting to come out via Twitter, with a few interesting features being revealed, from vehicle mods, new POIs, and revamped character animations and models. If you want to stay updated with all things 7 days and survival gaming, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. First off, we got a good look at a new character model coming as part of the new character system being developed as part of Alpha 22. These new models are shaping up to be much more detailed and true to life than the previous cast of playable characters we've come to know. With the newest models featuring more detail, it can also probably be assumed that character creation will take on more depth, with customization sliders carrying more visual weight in the creation process. We had also previously gotten a look at another character model which showed off more detailed modelling coming to Alpha 22 during the promotional period for Alpha 21 during the developer diary livestreams, which suggests there'll either be a range of base character models or alternatively a deeper selection of customization options in the character creation process. Not too long ago, the Fun Pimps also shared some test footage of another new character model and animation, including some more advanced cloth animations with the character's clothing reacting to the character's movement. We've seen some of this already with the dismemberment feature in Zombies that came in Alpha 21, but the character cloth animations appeared to be much more advanced. Next up, we saw a selection of new tent models, which seemed to be one placeable deco prop as opposed to tents comprised of tent building pieces, or the older cloth block tent prefabs. These models look high quality and will blend well with the plethora of new deco items we've seen added in Alpha 21. There also appears to be at least 4 tent variants, and having options is always nice to keep exploration of the world feeling fresh and avoiding repetition, and this is also an added bonus to custom prefab creators. The next feature isn't exactly confirmed, but the Fun Pimp shared a few interesting screenshots surrounding an experimental feature they've been working on, involving different textures for existing zombie models in the game. The feature essentially changes the visual appearance of the zombie models by randomising the colour swatches for items of clothing, and in some cases adding bespoke decals and detailing, as we can see here with this bowling team uniform. And the colour swatching with these models of hazmat zombies, and even differing hair colours, as we can also see here. Let me know what you think of this idea in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear where you stand on this alternative, or would you prefer some new models to break up the repetition instead? While this feature may only be experimental and not guaranteed, it's definitely a good direction to think about going in, as many often criticise the lack of variation in enemy types and designs, especially since the removal of many other zombie types like the football player, farmer and cheerleader zombies. While we may never see some of those zombie types return, and may never get to see new zombie models added, this system of colour swatching and retexturing would go far to reduce the repetition of enemy types and offer up some visual variety for players that bemoan the samey nature of the available enemies. There's also been some news regarding a new 4x4 vehicle mod that will replace the existing model and comes with a slew of features and customizations. It's as highly detailed as we've come to expect with additions to 7 days as of late, and appears to be highly moddable. It's described as being able to support up to 5 players and comes with what looks like a range of mods. From what I can tell, there's roughly 6 mods, including additional fuel storage, a cow catcher which we can assume reduces damage taken by ramming enemies and terrain, high-powered lighting for travelling at night, extra storage capacity, extra seating for supporting a further 3 players on top of the base 2, and some sort of engine mod which may increase the debuffed vehicle speed we've recently experienced as part of a patch for Alpha 21. It's also fair to assume that if the 4x4 is seeing some remodelling and improvements to countering the durability and speed debuffs we've been encountering since Alpha 21, the other vehicles may also be receiving this treatment too in the near future. Finally, we got a quick look at a new Tier 5 military base POI coming in Alpha 22, which will support all of the currently available quest types like Fetch, Clear, Infested and Restore Power. It was described as coming to console too, which supports the idea that Alpha 22 will be releasing either alongside or in close proximity to the release of the all-new console edition of 7 Days to Die for both the Xbox Series and PlayStation 5 consoles. We can see that this POI makes use of the new terrain manipulation tools and is probably a precursor to realising the concept art for Noah's Bunker, which was shown off during the developer diary livestreams. If you can remember the discussion surrounding Noah's bunker at that time, the developers were wondering if a bunker buried in a mountainside would be possible in-game, and that this was something they would need to experiment with and look into. I think this POI is either a proof of concept that this can be done, or was repurposed as a POI following experimentation to not have the efforts go to waste, as the Noah's mountainside bunker was evolved or scrapped. The concept of merging surface level terrain with POIs is definitely an interesting one, and it will be good to see how else the Fun Pimps can utilise this in other ways for other POIs. It will go a long way in creating memorable and unique POIs to explore and populate worlds with, and the creativity is great to see. That's pretty much it for now regarding Alpha 22, but as we get closer to release, I'm sure we'll begin to see much more being shared as we did with Alpha 21. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated with everything 7 Days to Die and survival gaming, hit the subscribe button, let me know what you think of the latest features revealed in the comments below, and why not check out one of my other videos on screen now.